1, 2, 3. Hey everyone, Tony Winston here, Jazz Piano College, taking a look at the song My Foolish Heart. But before I do that, I want to thank all my subscribers over on Patreon and the folks who contribute to the channel through PayPal. Greatly appreciated. My Foolish Heart by Washington. That's probably George Washington. I always get this song confused with, what's that other... These Foolish Things. Isn't that another? That's a song too. I don't like that song, but this song I like. And for some reason, I never play this song because I'm always thinking of the other song. So anyway, I'm going to play it with open voicings. I'm going to use the Berklee College of Music chord formulas as much as I possibly can. And those formulas are down in the description. One of these days, I'm going to do a really good video about how to, create open voicings. I've tried many times. Okay, here we go. Okay. So a lot of times, the top note of your chord will be the melody. I mean, you want the top note of your chord to be the melody, obviously, but it will be part of the chord, like this. B flat major 7th. There it is. It's the 5th of the chord. Now, it kind of looks like E flat major comes when that melody happens, like that. But it really, when you're doing these kind of tunes, the chords have a rhythm to them. And in this song, it's like 2 chords in every measure. So you play the first chord on beat 1, you play the next chord on beat 3. And of course, as your rhythm develops, you can find ways to do it other ways. But, just to make the song sound as solid as possible, that's what we're going to do. Chord on the first beat, 1, 2, 3. And here, because that melody note is tied, I can just really play any kind of E flat chord I want. I could play, an E flat chord up here if I wanted to. Wouldn't sound like it fit in, but I can play any chord, and I could, maybe come up to that chord or something, and then play the melody. And you see in that measure, we've got 1 and 2, then the G7th, and once again, you can play really any kind of a G7th chord, because, you don't have a melody note on top. So you can, you could play something like a G7 flat 5 or a G with a 5th on top and add a flat 9 or something like that. You have to experiment really and find out what sounds the best. So from the top, 1, 2, 3. Let me tell you how my mind works when I'm doing this particular style. I'm not adding any little fills or anything. I could certainly do that like. Embellish it a lot. But the way I'm thinking about these chords is just like this. The fifth is on top. Any voicing, but keep it below the melody. 11th on top. And, there's a Berklee College of Music chord voicing for this. And it's not to say you have to do it that way, but it's a good starting point. All right. G7, think of, it's a dominant chord. Think of something, got the root on top, so just about any alterations will work. You can play a flat 9, sharp 9, flat 13, regular 13. I think I did that once, or that's more unaltered, and this is more altered. And then fifth on top, but I want to add the 9, so I'll take the standard voicing, add the 9. And then we've got one with a bass note, so I'll just basically do the same thing, just change the bass. There is a chord voicing for an 11th chord, dominant chord with the 11th on top. Do something like this. That could resolve. So, I could take that chord and put the A on top, and there I've got it. All right, and then resolve it like that. Fifth on top, but add the 9. Anything, I'll play the sharp 9 chord. And since it's above the melody note, because D is coming up, I'll play it very lightly. And play the melody strong. G minor, I could do a big one or a small one. Okay, it's the same chord, and the formula is 1, 5, 3, 7, 3, like this. This is how my mind works, okay? And I trained my mind to work this way because my teacher gave me these formulas and said, use them. So I did. All right, so there's that D flat 7th. I was on G minor. And then, I could play the same melody note lightly and then keep going. Formula. Now anything, and I'll play, a chord with a flat 9 on there. Formula. But, I could add to that formula, But I started with a nice voicing. Okay, now the melody is the minor 13. You could think of it as a minor 6 chord, but, it says F minor 9, which means F minor 7th, F minor 7, with a 9, which I did not put in, and the melody note is 13. So I just took the formula and went like that. I suppose if I wanted the 9, I could stick it in there. Okay, E flat major 7th, but the 6 is on top, so I could change the chord to that. Or I could make it a major 7th and then think of that as the 13. And there is a formula for that, I believe. It's something like this. No, that's it right there. Formula here is that. I've never liked the formula there. I'd rather put a 7 down there, play a thicker chord here, so I always do that. Sharp 9, G minor, and here. I don't think that's really a formula. Yeah, the formula is that. But, you can start with a formula, move the 3rd down there, put in a sharp 9, and you get that one. And then what do you do with all these chords that you make up? You take your favorite chord that you made up today or whatever, and you practice it around the cycle of fifths. I wonder if I can do this now. Let me take a look at it first. So I got the flat 9, the sharp 9, and the flat 13. So yeah, I think I could do that. That's not it. So you're probably wondering, now how can I think that fast? I've probably taken this chord through the cycle before. I've probably said, this is a nice chord. Let me practice it through the cycle. Let me do a bunch of 2-5-1s that have this in there. So I'll go like A minor, 7-5, use the chord, go to G minor. Play through all my songs and look for every possible spot where I could use that chord. And, just keep thinking of that chord. And that chord then becomes, a chord that fits into your style and starts to give you your own unique sound. Chord that it is. So that's about it for this video. Did some open voicing, some rootless voicings. And once again, if you do consult my playlists, you can find videos on maybe the topic that you're looking for. Improv, different kinds of scales to use, block voicings, drop two. I think I've got a playlist on that. And when you find a video you really like, make sure you hit the subscribe button, hit the thumbs up, and I will see you back here again real soon. Thank you.